everyone, and welcome to another wonderful episode of Reality Gameplay. I am your host, Oath Alliance, and today we have a special stream going on. And so what I'm doing today, as people should know, there is a Steam summer sale going on at this very moment. And Planetary Annihilation, which is the game featured here, the game right in front of you, that, my friends, Planetary Annihilation, 66% off, $17. Get it now if you haven't. I bought 3 copies today. It's great. You get the soundtrack. You'll get stuff later on. Beautiful game. Anyways, but what this stream is going to be about is I'm just going to teach all of the new people who just pretty much got in here exactly sort of how to play Planetary Annihilation. I by far am not one of the top players. However, I do have lots of casting experience. I have tons of videos on my YouTube account, which you can find below in the little markers down there. Anyways, I will also be taking any questions people field to me while I play this game. So if you have questions, toss them in the Twitch chat, which I'm monitoring to on my monitor technically over here. So I'm monitoring the situations with questions and stuff. But we're going to start off I'm just going to quickly run through what you see when you start up the game, and it'll give you an idea. And sadly, my Planetary Annihilation, for some reason, isn't giving me any sound, so what you're hearing in the background is the soundtrack that I'm playing. So, when you start up the game, you will see, I'm actually going to move this because my little face thing is in the way. You'll see some options here. What you should see is Multiplayer Galactic War Armory Relay System Designers Tutorial. This PA Stats 1v1 is now in the server browser. That is a mod I've got. You don't have to worry about that. But Settings and Quit. Settings and Quit should be pretty easy. Multiplayer is actually the skirmish button. If you click there, if you click on multiplayer, which I will do here in a few minutes, that gives you options to do skirmish and multiplayer battles, team battles, all that. It's your basic skirmish and online at the same time. Galactic War is the single player experience, in which case you get to take over the galaxy. It's pretty self-explanatory. I could go into that, but I've got a series on my YouTube channel of me going through Galactic War. You can check it out there. As I said, links below. Armory. We'll go into the army because it doesn't lead into a lot more. So this is the armory. This shows you all of the commanders you've got, the badges, and the cart, which you can use to buy. There are some commanders here which you see cost money. These commanders are not play to win. I'm going to say that again. These are not play to win. They give you nothing except what you see here, which is a skin. Well, and a model. You get nothing else. No special weapons, no powerful guns. They are simply cosmetic. I will say that one more time. Simply cosmetic. And these ones were actually made by Kickstarter backers who Uber asked pretty much, can we put your thing in game? They are getting part of this money, so this is going to help those Kickstarter backers who actually put in $1,000 into this game to help make it so. To quote the good Captain Picard. But anyways, the armory allows you to select what you've got, and I of course have selected the Progenitor because I am part of the cult of the Progenitor, which I won't be speaking on today. Then you've got replays. Replays, I'm not sure if replays pretty much allow you to watch games that people have already played, which you can see here. So very handy, and you can select my games and most recent. Yeah, most recent. Here we go, and here's my games. You get the lobby ID so you can find it, and this is the build version and all of the games. So it doesn't go back extremely far because I haven't played tons. Let's see. A lot of moving selections really behind. Like I click and move and it takes a couple of seconds. No why. Well, Bulbasaur McGee, who has asked me a question about the game being really choppy. That could be a lot of reasons. Sometimes some people do have UI lag. I would check that your drivers are updated. And actually, let me see here. Because a lot of things like that, a lot of the technical things that happen tend to be your system having issues. So I honestly, I don't have enough tech experience. I did work tech support for Xbox for a year, but that doesn't tell me much about PA at all. But I do suggest that, and I'll actually put it here. I'll just link it in chat. There's the support forum. I suggest you go there. You can put in tickets, you can talk to people, you can read up on things. I know that if you go to the Steam forums, SXX is there. If you post it in the bug area, he's great. He'll help you out. Great guy. A lot of help there. Anyways, tutorial. Back to this. Tutorial. Tutorial actually is... meh. It's pretty much like, this is one thing, this is the other. Attack, destroy, end of story. It's a video that shows you not a lot. So, you know, when it comes down to it, you can use this tutorial here, but I'm providing you with my own live one at this moment, so things should be okay. Settings allows you to access all of your options. Like graphics, I'm playing on medium just because I don't want to. I'm streaming at the moment, so it runs a little bit harder on my system. Audio, which for some reason isn't actually working for me. I want to increase these a little bit because I turned them down for... Alright, I turned those down for for a tournament I casted yesterday. So UI, Twitch, you can stream directly from Twitch. I am not using Twitch to stream. Well, the in-game Twitch to stream. Keyboard, which you can set up as your own. I've set it up. I don't really use hotkeys, so I don't really worry about it. PA Stats. PA Stats is a mod. It's really handy, made by Cola Colin in our community. Great guy. Really helpful. Gives you all of your stats and everything. Puts it out. Anyways, multiplayer, which is also known as skirmish, as misleading as it may be. Here you can find games, and look, all of those games. But I am not going to play any of those. I'm actually going to play against the AI because this is a tutorial and I want to help people get an idea of what they're going to be doing. So I'm going to choose blue, and let's see, I want to pull out. So the shared system thing that I'm doing right here is also something completely different. It's a mod as well. I'm just pulling this system because it's actually a pretty nice system. It has a very MOBA feel. So at this moment, I've added an AI by just clicking on add AI. You can add slots to add people in. You can change it so that your friends or public people can see it. Dynamic alliances, dynamic alliance victories, make alliances while you're in game. Team armies, which from that you can select shared armies where, or if me and another player are playing, we share our armies. I can control his army, he can control mine. That's how it's played. Or just general team armies where it's just alliance mode where he's got his army, I've got mine. We just play on the same side so we don't blow each other up. You can allow spectators to play, you can load your systems, you can make new systems in the system creator. So this is my enemy. I'm going to make him red because red is the classic opponent to blue. There are 3 difficulties: normal, hard, and uber. And they get respectively harder. And you can also change this little thing right here, which this is your income, pretty much. So I gain resources at the standard rate 1.0, and if I bump this up, you know, give myself +1, +2, or it increases by that increment. But I don't really care. So I'm going to go ahead and start off against this guy, Ashron, whatever his name is. So I'm starting the game. Game counts down. If you're playing with multiple people, it will actually require that everyone selects that they are okay to start. But for me, it doesn't really matter. I'm finding an AI. Game may take a moment to load. General, and also lots of people are playing. I think the last figure I saw was at least 3,700 people. So, as you can expect, a bump from the normal 300 or so people to 3,700. That's a large hop. And PA is just frozen at the moment. That's okay. This reminds me of Alpha. Oh boy. Oh, here we go. Alright, here we are. Let's see, I can start over there or I can start at the top. I'm starting at the top. Alright. So, here's my commander. Here he is, and you'll see this cool effect, explosion. It'll probably be bigger. So, I've got this area around me. So, what can I do? Well, as you can see up here, I seem to have these two things. Energy storage, net energy income, things like that. This game works off of a principle of a streaming economy. So, if I build a metal extractor on these metal spots and a power generator, you can see it slowly increases what I'm gaining. This guy, my commander, which is your king per se, if this was a game of chess, because he is the unit I have to take care of and watch out for. No, I put that too close. No. Oh well. Alright. Anyways, but he can build things to start off with, and these give me income in metal and power. Now, to build more units, just need to select there, do that. So my standard build is, well, pretty much this. I go ahead, get 2 metal up, power generator, gets me some slight income. Let's see here, I'm going to want, and then we'll just build tons of these. So at this moment I'm just getting some engineers out, and you can select to sort of give your commander to do more by just holding shift. And a really nice thing about this game is it's called area commands. So if I hold shift down and I click and I drag, see that circle that appears? It'll be lines for other things like those power generators. I release. Now that engineer knows to build metal all over this. And you don't actually have to hold shift. Shift allows you to just put multiple things in queue. So I've got these 2 guys working on it. So they're both working on just getting me some metal. And as you can see, my metal income is going down. And that changes the efficiency at what everything works at. Right now, all of my equipment is working at 48% efficiency. So that means I'm building things at less than half the speed that you'd normally get them at. But that's okay. I don't mind. Actually, in this game, you want your metal to be running on almost negative. And some people may ask, well, why is that? Why would you want to run your metal on almost negative? Which I would have to say, that's a good question. And really, the answer to that is by running it on almost negative, it means you're utilizing most, if not all of it, which is a really good idea. Otherwise, you're wasting it. Anything beyond what that storage, which is 1,000 at this moment, anything beyond that disappears. It's gone. You don't get it back. There's no way for you to return that to anything. So you've got to be careful. I don't know why I did not. So best idea is grab the metal in your base first. I don't know why I didn't do that, but I should have. And I'm actually going to have this guy help build. Now, there's a 90% chance that my opponent is down here. And I can make that assumption, one, because I've already actually played on, well, I haven't played on this, but I've seen it played on. It was actually the map that was being used for the tournament yesterday. But also because if you look at where the metal is, people will always spawn near metal patches, which technically my opponent, which is the AI, could spawn over there. You know, one area or another he could have spawned in, but I'm going to say it's doubtful and is more likely that he actually spawned down here. Oh, you, come here. You're coming over here. And so I'm building these little, what I like to call proxy bases, with these air fabricators. And the air fabricators are nice because they can fly really, they can get, oh my word, where'd you come from? They just, that little cheeky little. So as you can, oh, that's where the enemy is. Alright, as you can see, I've just found the enemy, and now I know exactly where I need to be watching out for. So at this point, I'm going to begin building military might. So best way to get going is to actually build lots and lots of factories. And as you can see, I've got 5 queued up at this moment. So I'm going to wait for those 5, and I've got these little guys working on a turret to take out that guy eventually. And I'm going to build 5 engineers. So air engineers, they fly wherever you need to, but they build slower. Everything is built with metal. Think of metal as health in a way. So now the enemy's attacking me. So I've just put this on build mode, infinite build queue. So as soon as I press, I can just press build one of these, Aventails is what they're called at this moment, and unlimited of them, an unlimited number will be built. And so that one got built, and I'm just going to both of these to queue up. So by double clicking on anything, you can select multiples of them. Ta-da! And then you're able to command them. However, the reason why I'm zooming in so much is because I don't want to accidentally, like I did there, select that. Come on. Nope. Which it can be kind of annoying at times. A little bit of a pain. Alright, you guys get building. Lots of those. Commander, why did you stop? You always want to have your commander building. That's sort of the first thing you need to know. Have your commander building at all times. And you, let's have you build some walls. So I'm building some walls to protect those. Really? Don't know. My units have issues. I'm just going to say that. Anyways, so as you can see, I've got a pretty well functioning base at this moment. These guys have them grab that metal. And these guys can get. Now I suggest whenever you're getting a project going, have 2 units start. It just helps everything along. So one thing that I've been neglecting, which I really should build, is radar. I'm actually going to build it over in this area. Come on. Build me a wall worthy of myself. And then I'll build some anti-air. Alright, so walls are very handy for helping keep control of an area because units will fire at your stuff and they'll hit the walls instead. So it makes it very handy. And they have a lot of health and are extremely cheap and easy to build. As you can see, these guys are building them really quick. Now, as I said before, metal is like health in the fact that your units pretty much add metal to things to build them. Everything costs a certain amount of metal, and your units build at a certain rate. So these guys build at 10, and then Ah, bombers. Great. Just what I didn't want to see. Alright. Yeah, fighter, go! Anyways, so units just pull together here. I'm just giving these guys commands. And they've got all sorts of different orders, roam, maneuver, hold position, things like that. And I can ping areas. If you've got any allies, you can ping. Alright. So I'm going to build some artillery as well. Actually, no, that... Oh, I could build artillery right there. So I'm going to build some artillery close by. And so this really nice thing right here, what you're seeing is it'll actually show you what's going on around you as notifications. And if there's sound, I'd actually get notifications if my units were under attack and things like that. Sadly, oh man, lost it. Alright, no, lost that guy. Good to keep an eye on the world, but expansion is the main, really the most important thing about this entire game is expansion. If you talk to any player who's played for a while, especially any pro players, and say, what is the one thing that you recommend that I do throughout the entire game to win? They will tell you, never stop expanding, never stop building, just don't stop at all. And I mean, I've technically already broken that rule because I'm not utilizing all of my metal. I'm actually going to change that here, hopefully. So metal utilization is important. There's these little guys. I'm just going to tell my units to maneuver around here. And you'll notice there's some bugs and pathing issues and things like that. But on a general, this game is really quite complete compared to a lot of other games I've played. Very nicely implemented things. And this artillery, I have no idea where this... Oh, it's going to be firing at that. You guys reclaim it. Oh, never mind. My artillery got it. So you can see the commanders come forward here, and he just fired off an uber cannon shot. And you can do uber cannons. Uber cannons are nice because they give you an AoE effect. So apparently I don't have a keybind anymore. Oh, wait. Maybe I have to select my commander first. Oh, here we go. There we go. So I have it keybinded, but you can use Alt Fire, which is Q. Looks like all of my units there got wiped out. Just didn't make it through. Of course, there was quite a bit of enemies there. Enemies. There's a lot of incoming fire for them to fight through. But that's okay, because I'm going to go to Shellers, because that will provide me with a nice sort of long-range assault ability. Yeah, alright, can build one there. Alright, you guys. Alright, and here's the Sheller coming off line. And I just need to redirect him over here. So Shellers are artillery, mobile artillery more or less. And you'll see I'm mainly using vehicles. Bots can be useful. I'm not using them because I just don't really use them at all anymore. And because vehicles are a lot more powerful this patch. And you'll see that as they continue to change how the patches work. Anyways, and this is pretty much a mainly self-sufficient base. For the most part, it's self-sufficient. I'm not having to do a lot of building, a lot of anything. I've got air units on patrol, which is really handy. You can do that by just selecting and clicking and dragging, which is really nice. And I'm starting to get some lag going, which means it's time to do another attack. So one thing you may notice is that AIs love to just bow tons of units. And I think this is also the servers are slightly overloaded. Alright, let's get all these units going forwards here. Oh, I'm really in the hole when it comes to energy. Come on, Commander. Oh, it's these guys. So I'm going to stop them from using so much energy by just going ahead and pulling them off building. And like many other various games, you can go ahead and control, and you'll actually see the area of attack, but you can do control 1. And so now I can just select all of these units real easily. My artillery will, for the most part, really easily take care of the commander. Boom. Commander dead. So the game mode that only exists at this moment is Assassination. And so you can see how much I produced in metal. This is technically a single player against the AI skirmish, but it is technically online because everything's online at this moment for multiple reasons I could go into, but I probably won't at this moment. Anyways, as you can see, I've wasted energy. I wasted metal. I didn't waste actually that much metal. I consumed most of it, which you want to get this area wasted to 0. And to be honest, most people will normally not see this because this is this is actually being shown to me by PA Stats. And so I'm going to go ahead and review the game. And so what you're looking at is ChronoCam at this moment. Right now, it allows you to just scroll back through the game. And so I will take some questions. If anyone has them in the chat, go ahead and toss me some questions. I'll answer them as I can. Just type question before your question so I actually know you're asking me. Give you a few minutes to do that. So if you have any questions, just ask them. But anyways, you can see the AI here doing his little thing, which that's when he destroyed my engineer. And he's got raiding bots out and things like that. Let's see. He's just getting units going. 2 minutes later on, see all my units just coming in. Anyways, looks like no one has questions, which is okay. Just means that I must apparently be doing a pretty good job at explaining things. So we're going to go back to main menu. Yes, I would like to return to main menu. Hopefully it doesn't give me an issue. Come on, main menu. Now see this is a bug. Which, pretty easy to fix. So, what you'll notice is I'm actually using something different than Steam. I am using the Planetary Annihilation launcher. This can be easier on your computer. For those people who are worried about Steam overlays and stuff maybe taking up some memory, you can use this, you can download it. Let's see. Alright, so the question is first of all, is this game as intensive as StarCraft? I would say yes and no. Mainly because Planetary Annihilation is intensive in the fact that you're doing dozens of things at a single time. It's not that you're looking at one single base and going, oh my word, I have to send this specific small group of units and then watch over those units so they don't get destroyed. It's very much macro intensive. So you're not worrying about very small, fine detailed things. You're worrying about the overall grand strategy. So instead of worrying about moving your army of 10 or 20 units or things like that, or dealing with your one base on your one little side of the map, you're worrying about your multiple bases across one world or multiple worlds, worrying about your multiple armies which you're attacking with different directions. It's very much large scale. So is it as intensive? Yes and no. It's not as intensive as in specified. You're not worrying about little things, you're worried about large things. So it's sort of large scale everything. It's kind of how Planetary Annihilation was made, actually, to be. Wow, look at all those games. Man, this is really busy today. I hope that answered your question. So I'm going to do naval because I've already given you an idea of the other ones. Let's see, shared system. Mod, and we'll go here. Alright, so this is a water world. Alright, here's a different question. Played Supreme Commander before. The game seems pretty similar. What are the biggest differences between the planets? LOL, if you played it, that is. So the main differences I'd first off say is no upgrades, no side grades. Planetary Annihilation works off the concept of what you see is what you get, which is pretty much literally if you fly something over your opponent's base and you look, you will be able to know exactly where your opponent is in his overall strength. So you'll be able to know, is he at advanced yet? Has he, you'll have a good idea. You don't have to worry about, you go over his base and you're not sure, is his commander upgraded? Is he using Tech 3? Things like that. So it's very much, you can view everything. No tech trees you really have to worry about other than just moving things up to advanced. It's pretty simple that way. So really a lot of the upgrades and stuff are gone. Also, long-range weapons aren't as long-ranged as they are in Supreme Commander. So you don't have to worry about the enemy pelting you from the other side of the world unless you're on a very small world. And you'll also notice that when it comes down to it, you're playing with a single set of units, so everyone can use all the same units, so you don't really have to worry about, well, the Cybran have these better units on this map because of this feature, or the Aeon have these experimental units, so on and so forth. And no shields. No shields are one of the big things that people were like, well, why can't we have shields? And I mean, there's reason behind it. I could go into that, but that's one of the differences you'll also see. I'm actually going to fight a hard this time, and we'll make him red again. Alright, another question here. How large is the learning curve? So, learning curve, I would say start small. It's sort of one of those games that's easy to grasp, hard to master. I mean, I've been playing for over a year now. I was there June 16th, very first day of alpha. I was playing this game. I was streaming it too. And you can go back and see it. So, but the learning curve of this game, I would say it's pretty easy to start getting the hang of it, but actually mastering it is hard. Because a lot of it comes down to is being efficient with what you have. And that's the important thing about the streaming economy, is that it doesn't just stack up forever. So if you take an extra 30 seconds to do something else, it can mean pretty big difference towards the overall gameplay. Also, you have enemies attacking you from all directions. So you're starting in the middle. Well, you're able to be attacked anywhere. So it really changes how you have to react to things. So I would say the learning curve, compared to StarCraft would probably be slightly higher, just because it's a little bit different in how everything works. Unless you're familiar with, if you're familiar with the streaming economy, I would say you probably already have an idea. It's not going to be incredibly hard to get going. But we've got players, we've actually got another player, Matiz, who's been a coach for StarCraft. And he's from Poland, and he's actually pretty much the top player. So that's sort of the way, how do I say this? Pretty much he is the top player for Planetary Annihilation. And he's worked hard to get there, but he was able to get onto it pretty quick. So I would say on a whole, curve isn't too high. I mean, if you've never played RTSs before, it's going to be amazingly high, but if you've played RTSs before, you'll probably be okay. And so I'm going to actually go air for this because air's incredibly mobile and it will allow me to expand quickly. Alright. My air factory's going. And so for some reason, yeah, it's not me. This is all on server side where I'm getting this lag. Now I can tell that because I'm looking. So starting buildings, pretty much you start out with basic buildings. They allow you to build the basic units. Basic units are nothing special. There's sort of weaker version, well, not really weaker versions per se. But anyways, they give you basic things. So they'll give you fabrication ship, narwhal, you know, things like that. So to be honest, there's not a lot of special stuff about these guys. They're just mainly here. They allow you to build and engineer some basic units, but in the end, they are on the whole the main part of your composition for your military. So they will be probably 90% of the time making up at least a third, if not more, of your army if you're using it correctly. Some people like to go straight advanced and really push on the advanced. Not the best idea, just because advanced, as much as people enjoy it, it just can, well, right now it eats up tons of metal and tons of power to build advanced. So you really have to have a great economy to do it. But basic will make up your main part of your army, and you've got air, you've got naval, you've got vehicle, and you've got bot factory. So reminiscent of TA in the fact that you have multiple different types of basic things. You don't have, unlike Supreme Commander, which only has land, land, naval, and air are the only things you've got. I actually need to build more power. So we'll get this guy building power. And so Master of Awfulness, I know you're not a plebeian, but I will teach you. These two guys, I'm actually going to get to grab all of this metal over here. And it can be kind of hard to see where you're pulling those lines out for the area commands. Yeah, click and drag is amazingly handy for just grabbing areas. I mean, that would have taken me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 clicks to be able to do all of that if I had done it one at a time. But I didn't have to. I didn't have that problem because I was able to click and drag and use area commands. I'm actually going to I'm using the patrol area command to give me area coverage here. I'm actually going to build unlimited of those. So I'm going to work on an advanced naval factory at this moment. So right now, since I'm dealing with water, I can technically only build two things with any great efficiency, and that is naval and air, which is what I'm building at this moment. And the AI also likes building air. As you can see by him sending air over to attack me. Oh well, those guys are building straight into him. Oh well. Yeah, you guys work on that, and then I'm going to send you off in this way. Oh, there goes my engineer over here. Oh well. So, at this moment, naval is mainly going to be, you want to go advanced. That's how naval is at this moment. Advanced is pretty, I'm saying this honestly, pretty OP. So that's generally what I suggest to anyone who's doing a water plant, and this is a water naval map. And I have lots of extra metal, but not a lot of power, so I'm going to work. So right now I'm going to build an orbital launcher, and orbital also works for this. And I'm going to build an orbital, 2 orbital fabrication pods. Some Avengers as well. Alright, here's hoping the enemy doesn't send a naval over to me before I'm done. So, things look pretty clear at this moment. These guys build me radar over here, just in case. So, alright, radar up, and things are looking pretty quiet, which is good. And almost completed, finally here, this advanced naval. And so I've got 2 units up here, Leviathan and Stingray. I've actually got the Stingrays first. Stingrays have long-range guided missiles, and also they have some anti-air. And we've got Leviathan here, which is a long-range and anti-ship, anti-land, and they're like battleships that you see in all of the older movies, World War II stuff. Oh look, bomber. Not really worried. Here we go. Really working on getting this unit out. Really working. Because he will demolish that unit. And that is an Orca. And it is not a unit I want to deal with. So, I'm going to hopefully get enemy taking out here. There we go. Whoa. And that's a bug. I just want to say that. That is a bug. And I do not know why it stopped. Alright, there we go. Alright. And they're going up. Okay. Well, that was interesting, to say the least. And I am saying the least. And Master of Awfulness, you can tell Pisidian I'm busy. Alright, we're going to build an orbital factory here. Orbital factory allows you to build multiple orbital things, including advanced radar, solar array, traces, things like that. So I know the enemy is north of me, so I'm going to build some of these. And so anchors are good against orbital and against land, sea, and air. It can hit all of them. So kind of OP, but you can deal with them. Let's have you guys just congregate all over there. That general area. Slowly lobbing missiles all around. Let's see. Oh, here's the Avengers. Alright, so I've got some Avengers here. These will help protect me from enemy incursions. Ah, radar, finally. This is really what I wanted. This will provide me with sight and should give me an idea of where the enemy is. Enemy sent something over there to accost me. Let's get some more engineers up. They're always handy to have. These ones, I have them on patrol, so pretty much I clicked and dragged over the area, and what they do is they randomly choose a point to go to, and then they'll fly there within the area that I selected and slowly move around. Alright, stingrays, pull together, please. So anyways, it is sort of like a roam control command, except within a designated area. And what's nice is I can drag over the entire map, and if I've got scouts or something, they will scout the entire map. Which is really handy to have. There's actually no ranking ladder at this minute. The closest you have in ranking is you've got the PA stats, which will track ranking in 1v1s and I believe 2v2s, and that you can get on the Uber forums. That's made by Cola Colin. If you want to see more tutorials, I suggest you check out PA Matches, done by Brian Perkis. He has everything on there. Videos done by me and others, tutorials, and a unit database which has pictures and everything. Very handy. That was close. Almost lost my stingray. I wonder if that's actually the commander. So we're going to sneak this guy over here. Let's see if I can find out where more enemies are. So the Leviathan has a long range. As you can see, that little edge is that little red part is the edge of his field of vision. Alright, we're going to have a new area to protect from, right here. So now, by giving that patrol command over here, these guys will fly over here, and then within that circle, pretty much defend. Those advanced, really annoying. Alright, let's tell things to move there. So they're done. Oh, there's the advanced. So I'm going to tell this guy to just go ahead and hammer it. Oh. Oh, he's not apparently aiming for that right now. And eventually what they plan on doing is having these be able to aim at individual things, which will be really nice. It can be a slow pace if you're on big planets, and naval is extremely slow. It's very slow at this moment. Why are you guys moving forwards? Don't move forwards. All right. Anyways, but at this moment, it is pretty well. This specifically is slow pace, and when you start out, it tends to be slow pace, but the game can get really frantic the farther it goes on. And I played a game my last Sunday stream. It was me versus and an ally AI versus two enemy AIs at what would be uber difficulty. And it was really frantic. It was during Galactic War, so I didn't have access to all of the technology that I do in this game. And that was really a very frantic game. So it really depends on what you're playing, the size of the map, what you're fighting against, the size of the map, things like that. If it's an easy game or it's like Naval here, yeah, it's going to be easy. It's not hard. But if you're talking about a game against another player or something who may be as good or better than you, then it really changes how it is. It can become really hard and very fast-paced as you're trying to manage lots of things. Alright, you guys, come over here. Alright, I can see about doing a multiplayer match after this. Commander should be right in there somewhere. Somewhere. Got an anti-orbital thing up, as far as I can tell. Alright, well, since I've got all of these guys, let's see. Let's have you guys give me another one of these. I go ahead and grab more metal. It's almost completed. See, that's going to really wreck my economy. You'll be able to watch it just die. Alright, there he goes. There you go. Oh wait, no. Oh, there it goes. 83%. 80, 76. 76 is the current. Wow. Not very bad, actually. My economy's doing okay. So, slow bombardment. It's a very slow bombardment. If you're having trouble defeating the normal AI, what I suggest is that you go and you take down the resource rate and just take it down to like 0.5. And that makes it really easy. And then as you beat it, slowly work your way up. Add every single time you beat it, add up to another one. And as soon as you can't defeat it, stop there, go back, take its pretty much its resource rate, take it down one more notch, play that, let's say 5 times, and then try it again. And just slowly work your way up with the AI. As soon as you can defeat an Uber AI, you are pretty good. If you can beat an Uber AI at 1.5 or double resource rate, you're actually pretty darn good. Anyways, I'm not actually going to state how good you are because I don't know. I don't know what the really top players can defeat. You know, I have a feeling that the enemy AI just ran away somewhere. And I do not like that. So, What the? Stupid AI. Stupid. No good little. Oh, wait. Stop. I want advanced radar satellite. You guys build me. Should have built that. Alright, now I'm getting a orbital satellite up so I can actually see. This will give me an idea of what might be going on. That little no good blasted. Alright. That's it. We're going lots of Avengers. Pew 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 pew. Alright. We'll repair that. There we go. Oh wow. That's quite a bit. Alright, finally got some good orbital up. Let's see here. Where could my opponent truly be? Let's have you guys go over here. Get a little bit closer. So naval's really, if we want to talk about slow, naval is slow. I'm actually not sure of any game in this world where naval is not slow. Naval just tends to be a slow game type. Build a few of those. Apparently the AI ran away. Fine by me. No, actually it's a little annoying. Let's see, where could he have gone? Huh. What are those? I actually have no idea what those are. Whatever they are, they're... Oh, did he... So one thing the AI likes to do, which I have no idea why he does it, I think I should ask Sorian sometime, is why he votes land units when there's nowhere to go. Alright, and there's probably a good reason as to why the AI is just that stupid. But it is kind of ridiculous that the AI has built land units on a map where land units are pretty much absolutely worthless. No idea what the AI was thinking. Let's see if the AI's here. Really hoping he is. Oh, you guys, go over here. Oh, look. Building another one of those. Alright. Alright, we'll just have the map be full of Avengers. That's really all I can do at this moment. Try to find the enemy commander. See where he's hiding. Just like that. Let's see here. You guys disrupt us. So there are times when As a player, I do wish I could just speed up the game. Alright, you know what? Stop. Here. Build. We're just going to build bombers. Lots of bombers. I'm going to use those bombers. Where could the commander be? Let's see here. Like an SXX. He's trying to snipe me. How cute. Alright, you guys come over this way. His commander's somewhere over here. That I'm quite sure of. Where exactly over there? That's the question. Queuing task is shift and click. So shift, click, click, click. Or these guys. Shift, drag. Oh. There he was. And there was the commander. And so I blew him up. Apparently. Alright. We'll create a new game. And we'll actually use a map I've previously played on. Login accepted. Don't give me the failed to start. Oh, expected that much. Let's see. Planetary Annihilation 2. That's what I want. So sometimes the game just doesn't want to work, which is totally acceptable. Let's see here, multiplayer. Alright. Just want to create a game. Alright, here we go. Alright, loading a game. Oh. Loading a system. Alright. So, make this public. And we'll see what kind of person joins me. Although there are some people that I won't allow to, that I won't play with. Simply because I know the outcome before it even starts. Connecting teleporters. If you click on one and then go to the other and right click on it, it will connect. That's really how easy it is. It's just click on one, go to the other, right click. It'll give you this weird like yellow arrows pointing away from each other. Click, or it's blue, one of the two, and it'll allow you to connect both of them. And then you can set up multiple teleporters, or you can tell one teleporter to go to a different one if you're done using it for that reason. Things like that. And if you want to get units very quickly through the teleporter, tell your units before you ever connect the two to try and go through the teleporter. They'll all bunch up next to it, and you'll probably be like, well, that's kind of stupid. Why would I do that? But as soon as you connect those teleporters, they'll all start rushing through. One thing you can also do is control 1, the item you want, and then hit 1 twice, and it'll bring you back to whatever you're looking at. Or you can set up as control 1 and have your other teleporter control 2. Hit 1 for the first one, and then it should allow you to connect it. But you do need to have the other one pretty much connected. And you need to have sufficient power. It takes 1,000 energy. Those are the kind of the important parts of it. Yeah, not sure why you'd experience an issue like that. No problem. Apparently no one wants to join me. I'm not quite sure why. I feel like I'm a friendly fellow. But so far no one has joined. But I'll just leave it there for a minute or two. Now if you have Planetary Annihilation and want... Okay, well, looks like we've got someone. Just going to be friendly. Okay. Well, I guess we'll start the game. And it's going to... Oh, there we go. Aw, come on, really sucky spawns. Sucky spawns. Sucky. Oh, well. Oh. I'll just have to expand quickly. Alright, so just getting my standard opening build going, ASAP. And we will see how I do, since I didn't get either of the spawns which I would have been comfortable with. Which I'm kind of disappointed at, because I didn't get neither north nor south. I'm not sure actually which my opponent would have taken. So I'm going... check for myself by getting some skitterers out. And those skitterers will just allow me to have a look around, more or less. Find out where my opponent might be. Alright, so far nothing north. Let's have you come up this way in a... could be a risky move. Nope, not there. And I'm going... Yep, as I thought. He's down there. Alright, now I know exactly where my opponent is, which is great news for me, because I know where I can build him. Where I can't, which is actually not too bad. I've got pretty good ability at this moment, and actually he's really close, so I should be able to hit him pretty hard. Yep, this is live. This is all real life live stuff. Isn't fake, isn't not real. So with my opponent being down there, gives me a little bit of advantage. I know where he is. He does not know where I am at this moment, which is helpful. However, I'm going to have to be quite mindful and careful so that he doesn't find me and destroy me. Anyways, as I've been explaining to everyone over and over again, you've got two things, metal and energy, and it's a streaming economy. Therefore, everything is coming in as you get it, and you either use it or waste it. Really is what everything comes down to. And right now, I am running on very, very low economy. Let's have you pulled off there. Oh, wait. I didn't mean for both of you to go. Just wanted one of you. You guys start working. Grabbing that metal over there. Alright, this guy still hasn't seen me apparently. Which is good news. I'm very happy that he still has absolutely freaking no idea where I am. And to help keep my hold of this area, I'm going to toss out some of these towers here. Get some anti-air going as well. And I'm just going to solidify my control of this region. This guy is going to sneak around all the way over here. So, it depends on what you mean by routes. If you don't have enough metal or energy, your construction is slowed down by it. Let's see. So all areas is clicking and dragging is really how it works. So if you click and drag metal extractors over an area, it will area build them, which just means that it will build a bunch in that area. Okay. Patrol route. Set it up here. We'll have unlimited. Pump tons of those guys out. I'm actually going to build that. Alright. So as far as I can tell, this opponent of mine has no idea where I am at this moment. He's not really scouting, which is the big danger. Pretty much one of the most important things you need to do in this game is to scout. And I'm going to say that again. One of the most important things you need to do in this game is scout. Intelligence is key. If you don't have it, well, if you don't have it, just like in real world, if you don't have intelligence, you're stupid. That's really what any physician or doctor will tell you. If you're not smart, you're stupid. And which is one of the reasons why you need the intelligence. It can seem complex at the very at the very core of this game. It's pretty basic in the fact that the basic concepts of you've got energy and metal, and they're both coming in, and you just need to use them. Actually, I've got way too little energy at this moment. I need more. So, gotta build more energy. Commander, come out here. way far over there, and it's just not doing you any good. And I've got no radar. Without radar coverage, I'm blind, which is not something I want to be. So I'm going to build a few of these. Then I'll start building, getting units out over there. Yep. So pretty much every single one of those hummingbirds is now on area patrol in the area that I selected as soon as they come off the line, which is a really handy thing to have because you don't have to worry about giving them commands of where to patrol or anything like that. They just come off the line, they go right to it. So everything comes straight off the line and then goes. As soon as these guys are done, I'm going to have power back. Well, not totally, but better off. Let's have you help him and another radar here. Alright. So my opponent, here we go. Now I've got some, well, just lost it. Well, I did have radar coverage, now it's gone. Anyways, lost my radar coverage there, which I had for a moment. But as you can see, I could see the opponent. But I've still got this guy here, which works out really well. The enemy doesn't know that I'm here. Alright, time to be really, really cruel. I'm going to be incredibly cruel. Alright, let's see here. This here, one here, one here, one here, and one over here. So if you don't know what I'm doing, I'm building anchors over the enemy base, and those can hit ground units. So I'm technically attacking, I'm going to be attacking his ground forces. Really, I'm going to be raining death upon the enemy from the sky above. And he's going to think it's really cheap and really OP, but if he had protection against it, then I wouldn't be. So we'll see if he does actually have protection. If he does, I'm going to applaud him, because that's one of the things a lot of people don't do, is they don't build protection over their base from orbital. And so you get to this point where the enemy has orbital and you have nothing to stop them with. He is, however, using his commander efficiently. His commander is building power, which is a smart thing to do. Which is something I'm going back and doing. Just having my comm build power. Alright, so apparently not. He's not... well, apparently he does not have any anti-orbital. As you can see from the fact that, yeah, my stuff aren't being blown out of the sky. And I need more metal and more energy. So, the main mistake that my opponent has made is that he is not expanding. He has not expanded beyond his initial little area at all, which is a huge mistake. And as I said, any good Planetary Annihilation player will tell you, expand. Don't just stick in your base. Expand. And now he's going to feel it. Now he has no idea where that's coming from. But he's under attack. That's all he really needs to know at this moment. He is under attack from the sky. Siege a turtle planet. Oh, I've dealt with that with the AI. Not with players, but with the AI. First, my big suggestion is always play on systems that have 2 planets that can't be moved and 1 that can. Therefore, if you get a stalemate where someone controls a planet and the other person doesn't, You don't have to worry about it really at all. Oh, finally. Yep. Oh. Back. Get back. No. Get back. Back here. Okay, well, that Avenger is not attacking me. Oh, now it is. Here we go. So he wised up, apparently. Got some orbital going. Should be more than okay at this moment with anchors. Alright, these guys are just... I'm just going to use them to run through his base. Let's see, I want to avoid that commander. Really do. Alright. But he's going to have a bad day here in a minute. Not really. I know where the enemy is, and I've actually... The smart thing to do is really to disallow your enemy from expanding. I've got all the ways that he can expand controlled. If I was playing on a multi, like he could go anywhere, then I would toss up defenses inside my mech fields. Like so. Just toss up some defenses and get some coverage over them. But I also have radar coverage around this planet, so I don't have to worry very much at all. So, oh, he's got those. Cute. He's got vanguards. Nice. I'm actually glad to see that. He's more than not playing slightly better than one would think. Even though I technically control a lot more of this world, I'm doing way better than him. Economy, well, pretty much everything wise. He's still not playing incredibly badly. And as for the reason why for that, it's he actually went to advanced, which if I had been attacking him a lot more, you know, he would have been screwed, because advanced will not save you if you've turtle. That's really the main thing, because I can go to advanced way more efficiently than he can. You guys just park over here. So I'm going to get what I like to call critical mass over there. And that just means getting up enough units to break through the enemy lines. Not exactly the same team. John Mavor is involved, and if you've ever played Supreme Commander, you will know that John Mavor has his name in the game. Under the Mavor canon. Anyways, John, well, this is sort of John's dream game that he came up with. And so the people at Uber, quite a few of them have been involved in Supreme Commander, and also I believe it was John Mavor who worked at Cave Dog. And I think it was just John that worked at Cave Dog. And that guy is hiding his commander in a very bad position. I don't know why he's hiding his commander there. It's really ridiculous. So that I don't know what this guy's doing. He's hiding his commander in the middle of where my stuff can attack him. I don't even know why he's doing that, but he is. So I have to assume he has some plan or something like that. A plot, a plan, something. A reason, a rhyme or reason, one of the two. At least, possibly, maybe. I don't know. And for all I know, he could be building a nuke. But he doesn't seem to have any air, which I question the wisdom of that. Because at this moment, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to say drop units there. I'm going to want to just build lots and lots. Those. All right, advanced vehicle factory ready. Yes. All right. Let's see. One of each. Dude, your commander's right there. All right, everyone, just attack the commander. Please destroy that. Thank you. And the commander is just about to die. The commander hasn't used his Uber Can, which would be really... Alright, now I'm going to look through all of these questions and just answer them. Actually, oh, didn't mean to do that. Oh well. Alright. Actually, I can go through the replay. Time to use the replay system. What? Don't be like that. Alright, let's see here. Since there are a lot of questions, so we're going to start here. Complex, area patrol, nice. Yes, offense is better than defense. Offense is important. I'm actually a little bit behind, so if you guys are wondering where I'm seeing that, it's from before. Anyways, yes, offense is way more important than defense in this game, because if your enemy can't do anything, well, then you're obviously winning. No, lava does not count as water at all. I'm not going to get into a TA versus PA, well, TA versus subcom war. Let's see. Fabricating aircrafts, if you build an air factory, you should be able to. Let's see here. Yes, all of this will be posted on YouTube. Troops cannot go over lava. Lava is intraversable? Not traversable. You can't do it. It just can't be done. I am playing on medium settings, and I enjoy it anyways. I really wouldn't worry about looking at PA for its beauty and graphics, because it will not look like the newest Call of Duty at all. It no matter how much you want it to be the newest, the brand newliest, Call of Duty look, it's not going to be. Oh, if you're playing Galactic War, you have to get that technology. And I'll say either a complete basic air attack or complete air attack. So Galactic War is a total different subject to talk about. Yep. PA goes for a different style. If you actually look closely at the models for Sub-Commander, it's pretty much basic blocky things, sort of looks like PA, except they stretched really nice textures onto it, while PA instead uses just very basic textures, and that's why Supreme Commander can eat up so much resources so quickly. In Planetary Annihilation, I've actually gotten up to 13,000 doxes at once, in this game. And I mean, I could probably get it up to, 15,000 doxes now. But you can get a lot of units on your screen compared to others. And actually, I think the technical limit that Uber was shooting for was about 1 million units could be on in the system, in the world, wherever at once. So 1 million units. So take that however you want to. If you want to take it as that's very little. Well, there's nothing like that at this moment. If you want to take that as that's a heck of a lot of stuff, take it that way. And you could, server mods are enabled at this moment, but I think my games. So one thing that you'll notice that I'm having an issue with is failed to start, which if I tried to create a new game I would get. I think that's mainly a issue between the server not registering it, like a disconnect somewhere between the server. Anyways, launching the game again, but you can't see the launcher. Alright, here we go. My games only. Alright, here, I just want to take a look at this. I just want to talk a little bit about what this guy did that, pretty much what he could have done better. I mean, I know what I could have done better. Alright, there we go. Alright, so starting off here, we both start in, I had to choose up here. So I'm actually going to speed up this. Minimum settings, I'd be careful. It is always getting better. Friend requests as are you saying as questions or questions about friend requests? Because I'm not sure what you're asking towards that. If you want to run good, I am running this. Let's see. I've got 16 gigs of RAM. I've got a quad-core i5 Intel. Quad-core. Well, I already said quad-core. 3.4 gigahertz. And a 760 NVIDIA 760. So, and I'm playing it at medium just because I'm doing it. I know people who can play it on laptops at pretty low settings, so yes you can, and optimization's always getting better. I am going to admit that there could be problems depending on what you've got. CPU and RAM are really the things that are important. One thing you can do, which if anyone wants to, I suggest going onto the Ubernet forums. Let me actually toss that here. There's that, and I also suggest pamatches.com, and also you can find me on Twitter, which should be below. Send me questions there through Twitter. Those are all good places to ask me questions, brief questions, or things like that. Let's see, 464 gig. Yeah, it's up to you. To be honest, I don't think this game is going to get any cheaper before August, so buying it in August would be a good time. Well, not in August. Buying it now would be a good time. To be honest, it's $17. Well, the game doesn't require that much. It's just if you shut everything off and just run it, then you should be fine. But I'm running with 16 gigs and I'm doing a lot. I'm also streaming, which takes, let's see, how much is it taking? I've got a lot of things open at this moment. I run a lot of things at the same time. So altogether, if I killed all of my internet stuff, then it'll be cheap. Well, then it would probably work. Yeah, generally my thing is it's $17. You know, why not? That's really my question. And if you've got the money and you really want this game, $17, even if you can't play it right now, there's a good chance that you won't be able to get this low by August, because I think the only time it'll ever get down cheap as this or cheaper will be during the winter sale, which is about 6 months from now. So it's up to you. And as for this guy, look how he just went advanced, and that's it. He's just such a tiny base. Yeah, Steam sales have really helped out, and that's why there's so many people watching this stream at this moment. But so this is small. If you look at that, this base, he's just got so tiny. Let's fast forward 30 seconds. So he finally gets some military units up out of there. To select land troops, for that I actually don't really use hotkeys. So I'm just going to be honest. I don't really use hotkeys. I use Shift. I use Control 1, Control 2 when selecting groups. If you double click on a group of units, like if I was this guy, I double clicked on these little spinners, it'd select all of them. Yep, and this game has live replays in the middle. And also, for those of you who don't know, this is called picture-in-picture. Picture-in-picture allows you to not only look at things, but also control things. If this was a live game, I'd be able to select these units and send them over here, and I can flip it. So, picture-in-picture is really nice. Over here, which you can't see, I'm just going to move that. That's the economy. That shows the economy for both of us. And he has a lot of metal compared to me. Look how much metal he has. He has 459. He's wasting 122. Well, okay. Yeah, he's wasting a lot of metal. And if you're wasting metal, it's pretty much... you might as well regard it as not even having it. I went for patrolling my... I've just got fighters patrolling my base. I didn't really... yeah, these guys. Aventails are tanks. Here they are. And see, these are the graphics. This is the textures and everything that you'll see no matter what you get. This would be what you'd be changing by changing the graphics settings. Not these guys. These guys have very simple looking textures, which is actually the reason why you can have so many units. A tutorial in game, there's a little overview video that Uber made, but there's no actual one. None that would probably satisfy most people. Now, here, I'll start off with my build here. Come on, where do we see me? Okay, here I am. So here's what and so what I go ahead and do is I build 1 metal, 1 energy, 1 metal. And that gets your economy going pretty well. Some people will play... No sound. I believe you can find that video. I really want to say it is a YouTube video, so you should be able to follow it. You can build. Okay, I'm just going to take a moment and just overall. You can build as many units as you want. You can build unlimited amount. The only things that you are stopped by in this game is your computer and how much it can handle, and the server and how much it can handle. One of the two will break before you run into the limit of how many everything you can build. There are no limits on units, there are no limits on defenses, buildings, anything. The only thing that can cap what you can build is your computer or the server. I'm just going to say that once and for all. No unit caps. Zero. Zip. People have asked for them, and this... no one... yeah, so... and thank you for the follow. So, no unit caps. There are none. Alright. So, I build here a vehicle factory, because vehicles are actually some of the most efficient units in this game at this moment. And I work on building power. I just like having my comm building lots of power. And you can see here I've got a little power line going. And this is a very bad place to start. Yeah, some people do 1 metal, then a power, then 2 metal. It's kind of how you want to play it. I tend to go for the factory a little bit sooner, which can hurt my economy a little bit on the sometimes in the long run. It depends. I would say it depends on your play style and also where you are. There's not really a ratio of metal to energy. What you always want is your energy always positive, your metal always either slightly negative or just about to be negative. You want your metal to be as low as possible. Because metal is the important thing that is used to build everything. As I said, there's not really a ratio. Always keep your energy up. You can have unlimited energy. You don't have to care about how much you're wasting. Metal, you always want to be running on the edge of being in the negative. I start, and most players at this moment, the current meta, or the current way to play, is to get out a vehicle factory, because you cannot build anti-air with bot factories at this time. So most people will get out some vehicle fabbers, and then go ahead and go for some spinners, which are anti-air. If you have a surplus of metal, well, the difference is if you have a surplus of metal, then that means you could be using that metal on things like more factories, more units, more things. So it's important to be using all of your metal, because that's what you actually use to build things. Power just is there to make everything run, more or less. Metal is what is actually used to build things, so if you're not using all of it, that means you could be doing more. Yep, clicking and dragging, as Pisidian said. We'll do it. So, surplusing metal is not something you actually want to do. And so, at least at this moment, since I have no idea where my opponent is, towards the north or the south, I need to expand, I would go ahead and send out skitterers just to go ahead and take a look. You can see this guy will come down here and see them. There is no demo for this game at this time. There may be later on, but not until after release. And so I got a view of these guys, so I pulled this guy back, because I don't want to lose him. He's giving me vision of the opponent. I'm fighting. I sent this little guy over here to keep an eye on that side. You can skirmish a computer on a huge map. It takes a long time, to be honest. Currently, this map size right here, this planet, which seems pretty large, it's only a 500. If I could have accessed all of this area, it probably would have taken longer for me to play through. Just because this allowed me to cut off the opponent, get it in there, send units in, take them down, but the larger the map, the longer the game will take. Same as if you have multiple planets, it'll take longer. Multiple planets tend to significantly increase the playtime. of this game. Anyways, this guy decides to go for advance really quickly instead of expanding, which he's wasting 60, 70, 30... He's wasting metal. That's really it. Alright, little patches can't go over. How do I know? Let's see. If I remember correctly, I think it's one of the F buttons. 10? 9. Anyways, one of the F buttons should allow me to view actually where the pathfinding is. But right here is just enough, it looks like. I'm actually not sure because my units didn't follow through that. But anyways, these areas are clear. And I know this because I've played actually on this map before. Well, haven't played on this map, but it was during a tournament, so I actually viewed players playing on this map while casting. And it was the only planet in the system, as you can see from here. Only planet in system. Anyways, I went orbital, and my opponent saw me here and started building defenses, and so I ran this guy up top, which really actually helped me, because this guy suddenly started turtling. He was thinking about expanding, and then he turtled, which that actually was a great thing that happened. And he sent some anti-air and stuff over there, not sure why. Probably because he was suspecting that I would bomb him or something like that, which I never did. I never did actually bomb him or anything. Orbital early, I would say be careful. If there's another planet, get off the planet. And get to the other planet. Because if you lose... You want to hold this planet, but if you get off planet too early, you can leave this entire area undefended. So I would say, first of all, be careful how you're using it. If you've got the enemy, like I had him, which was in a bind, go for it. If you've got excess metal, and you're building a lot of units, go for it. If you know, pretty much if you've got extra stuff, go for it. You know, getting metal, if you have any amounts of extra metal or anything like that, go ahead and go for orbital if you have a lot. But always, always take care that your units on the ground and in the air are significantly more than your opponents. Because it's worthless to have orbital if you can't control the ground. Because orbital does not get you, in any way, shape, or form, metal. Which is the thing you need to build everything. And if you lose your commander, this guy, while you're building orbital, it's going to be a huge loss. But as far as I knew, he didn't have a orbital. And I mean, he still didn't have orbital at this time. So I was just being really sneaky and building anchors so I could pretty much bombard him from space. So I was just being really sneaky and mean and doing that. Which I mean, I could have built them here, or here, or here, and just locked down all of these places. But instead, I decided to just build them over his base and rain down own destruction on him. Energy is not really the problem. Energy only determines how many of these guys you can run at a time efficiently. Metal is the important thing because if you don't have the metal to do it, your building is just slow. Energy is something you want to have a surplus because it allows you to run things like radar, or for things with ammo to have ammo like artillery. But when it comes straight down to it, I destroyed his basic in the advanced. When it comes right down to it, you know, it's nothing important to have energy. Metal's really what determines building things. So metal's the thing you'll always have to worry about. Energy is something you want to keep above. And see, I'm wasting metal at this moment. And so whatever you see I'm wasting, I might as well not even have that. I might as well just delete all of these. because it's a waste. It's worthless. But my economy's fluctuating as I use it. And you can see me coming in and just destroying, making it through his base. I really wanted to get this destroyed, which I did. I killed, what, three of those guys, those engineers, advanced engineers, which was really helpful. Looks like he went for building long-range artillery. Cute. Those guys were just bothering there. Orbital soon was not really the expansion part. It's just I wanted to be really mean. I mean, there was, honestly, there was no reason for me to go orbital other than just to be rude and mean. So I just decided to toss some anchors up over his base because I knew they could bother him. And I doubted he had any orbital, which he didn't until I started bombarding him from space. So mainly it was just, think of it like if you've ever watched American basketball. I don't know how many of you are American. The Harlem Globetrotters are made up of the best players, usually generally retired from the Major League Basketball, but they just have fun. They just screw around with the opposing team whenever they fight them. And so I was just kind of doing that. I was just messing around with him because I just destroyed all of this with these two guys. And there's nothing he could do about it. So I was just being mean. It's pretty well optimized. Way better than it was when I started playing over a year ago. Yeah, not really. And actually, I would start another live game, except I'm almost done with the stream. But I do play Planetary Annihilation every Sunday. So, same time as this time, 5 o'clock Pacific Date Time. And you can just see the commander getting hammered by all of those troops. Just get taken out. And that was it. He had no defenses. Well, and to be honest, what really surprised me is, so I may have been bombarding him right here, but he sent nothing over here. He didn't build up any defenses or anything there, which he already knew I was attacking him from there. So he didn't even try to defend against my assault, which was, really sad. Yeah, more planets can be really slow. I suggest that for people who are just playing in general, play on one planet if you're playing against actual people. If you're playing against an AI, generally it's like Galactic War. Usually those will have smaller planets, so it's not really anything to worry about. 4 a.m. there, go to bed. Just go to bed. Let's see if it actually lets me quit to menu. I doubt it will. Anyway, still some bugs, but it's right now $17. This entire game. The entire thing. So if you saw it and you're like, man, that looks awesome. I wish it wasn't $50. It's not. It's $17. Steam sale. Go get it. Yeah. The servers have been being worked on. It's still all optimization. They have lots of optimizing to do, and they're working on it. So Planetary Annihilation is slated to supposedly come out in somewhere 2014. So look for it. It's already entering the shelves, like actual shelves. Uber partnered with Nordic Entertainment, and they're actually selling box copies of Planetary Annihilation. You can find it at Amazon. The UK Amazon, I believe, is where you can find them. Anyways, but this will be all on this entire stream. I will be putting up on this week on my YouTube, which you can find below. Let's see, anything else really important? Not really. I suggest you do check out the Uber Entertainment forums, and also Planetary PA Matches. PA Matches is a great place to find things. Anyways, that is pretty much it for this stream, especially since the game's not letting me escape this realm it's created for me. So as I work to remove myself from this catacomb of technology, I just want to thank you all for showing up here and joining me. It was enjoyable. I hope I answered a lot of your questions and gave you a sort of an idea of what's going on with Planetary Annihilation and how to play it. And if you missed that part, then you can watch it on YouTube or go to PA Matches. There's a lot of tutorials there for you to look at for your viewing pleasures. Brian Perkis has created a very nice site there for people to use. Anyways, my next stream will be Tuesday at 5 o'clock Pacific date time. I will be playing Star Citizen Horde mode again. Anyways, until then, I just want to thank you all for coming out here. And you all stay strong and game on.